gotta be there. I just had him. Oh, not very good lately.
Money that came in.
Hmm?
None of the money that came in.
Oh, okay.
Looking for the last, we just got him. I don't know.
Well, she didn't give me one yet for Tuesday.
What? Those are three, I just had them. I just. Oh, look at this.
Okay.
Yep, there's that one. There's that one. That one is too, that's this year. Should have been another one for that one, right?
No, I think that would be all but this last one.
Much papers. I should have them all. And this is all on those. I'll tell ya. Alright, whatever.
Yeah.
We make lots of money. I hope we do. We did.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Alright. And this is all, of it. This is that,
Yes.
and this is the other, right?
Yeah.
How come we don't get, I'm Pam, and I'm awake right now, so whatever time it is. And I am asking the question, how come we don't have copies of what we send over? Or we, to Perkins or,
Okay.
yeah,
We do?
where is it? Did we spend out
Yeah.
that yellow sheet?
No, it's a white sheet. I just saw it in here.
Made it to fifth.
So what, he goes and drops his trailer off somewhere?
Yeah, right over there at Irving or whatever it is.
Okay.
He has somebody living with him now, so he can't park his trailer in the yard. Cause he backs all the way, go down Prescott, you know how it turns at Dean?
Yeah.
Well, he pulls to the bridge,
It's like
and backs all the way
$1,500
from there,
left in the
down
account.
Dean.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, for the
he's
town.
almost hit a few cars.
That's it.
Wow,
And,
There you go.
he lives in
This
the
one?
Brian Fellows farmhouse.
okay.
That was that's
He's actually
6/16.
early tonight, sometime in the
That was
afternoon.
June. Oh, more money. I guess I'm not looking enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
This is all what letters there
That's,
are.
that's the last one you got was June. She hasn't given,
No July.
no.
Yeah,
Well, what's that one there?
that's in 21. No,
Then Ash,
22.
she hasn't issued, yeah.
So we only have time then.
Yeah.
So it won't tell us anything.
No.
They all did get a note, but I'm not gonna do a new one. So if there isn't anybody here who would like to do one, be more than happy. It's really, you have to get them all and put them all on, and I do the whole thing. And I just don't have.
What do you need to do?
If this is the booklet that we have, it's, for 2022.
Okay.
And it tells us that they're in there, that it's our Independence Day, and it tells us, we put on,
Different ads.
Yeah.
Local.
and we put on like the community phone numbers too. But we have, one booklet, and it's put everything in there, and I'm just not gonna, if you don't get it in there the straight way, then it's a little messed up. But yeah, I'm not doing it yet. So,
That might be
anybody?
something I could take over for you.
Yeah, whoever's interested, they can do it themselves. They just can't get it there. Alright. Whatever you wanna know is, this is the amount of monies that we got pulled in. I'm not gonna be able to tell you what you got out, that's in your other.
We ended up pulling in about $5,100 from the 4th of July during the celebration.
Yeah. There's more.
From the sale stuff on the field and the donation jar from Danbury Country Store.
Yeah, this stuff here, this one is the,
That shouldn't be right down there.
yeah, this is yeah, this is afterwards. It's the $4,748.
That's what,
That's what was pulled in when they did
Who
the,
did the count?
yeah.
concession.
That was the count on that.
So there's that. This stuff was beforehand. And, this was for photos that were brought and put into the little
The book.
book thing. So we have 175 there and 275.
And this is the 18th at 388.
Yep.
That
And
was
this was,
don-
these were donations, which came on the 25th. So there's 388 there, and that's what this 177. So that's that. You got that separate. These, and I don't think I have a whole bunch here either, and I should have added them together, because this is the ones that we got for
Donations.
donations to go into our little booklet thing. So. So we have that too, and that tells us, I mean, we can go from here to there. And this one for our little, just advertisements, people who were doing that, and we were putting them into the amount of money that went into
The book.
the booklet. There was 175, there was 400. There was a regular 100. And 345, so that kind of gives you how much you need for whatever.
Apologies for interrupting when it's recording. Did I miss introductions?
That's me.
What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention.
Did I already miss the introductions for the meeting?
Yeah,
Okay, apologies.
Some of the people who have given these to appear like they may have given you a gift to put into the booklet, but they're not the ones who want it done. Because I have like this one is a $500 deposit, and that is just for
donation.
a donation, and it's a, it just says that somebody brought it in. But that's what happens. We get those two. So,
Alright.
we had lots of money who came in. Did you write that all down? Because we did. And we currently have some, we only have X amount in our money for,
The town,
right.
right, that's about 1,500.
Yeah, and this is a really being hard for us, because one of them is gone, and somebody new is in, and things are just a little crazy. I don't think that there's another way to say it, but that's kind of the way it is. Now, does anybody have any questions regarding what happened there that day? Do you think it should have been great? Having the, out here,
The
parade?
the parade was great.
The parade was great.
It was just wonderful to have, it had been such a while that this time it was great.
I'm already working on this for next year.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You two
And-
ladies did a great job
You-
putting
yeah.
it all together.
And it was done. It came out so nicely.
Yeah,
And, the guys who came and did their own stuff around, cause we did have some of those who looked around and did what they should do. That was nice, and the different people who came and set their own,
The different town groups.
yeah,
yeah.
That was nice, yeah.
yeah, cause we know what.
It showed the
you guys
town
do.
spirit, the town spirit is what it did, yeah.
So, it was great. I thought it was a great, and
Yeah, so,
we're hoping that we're gonna be able to do that again, and hopefully it'll
yeah,
get
and
a little
hopefully we can get more
better.
people to help and,
We do have a dead area, which is,
early afternoon.
yeah, in the afternoon into the early evening when they, yeah. So we need to kinda try to fit something in that area.
Just to
Better
let you know,
drop
I've got a letter out to Recycle Percussion
Oh, really?
Oh, that'd be
Well,
nice.
it's good you
to
mentioned that.
see if they will perform next year, since they were already booked for this year.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to hear back from Bridget.
It'd be great.
Yeah,
But it is, it gets to a point, and we've tried, and I haven't tried it again. I get to a point right now, my head works when it wants to work, and it's other times again, it won't know anything. Neither will I, so that makes it really bad. We've tried it a few times, and we could do it again, because we haven't, is we tried to do some people who would, do some dancing or, funny voices or stuff like that before in an area after the noon time, you know, like at 1 o'clock or something. So we had some of them there, and I can tell you that we had in the past, the little girls, we had girls who came and did little Grafton.
pageant, yeah.
Yeah, we did it in a couple of spots, because we had some who were young, and then we had that were older. So I do, you know, and that was a long time ago, but it was one of the things that we had tried and just hadn't, there's just us, and there isn't enough of them to get us to go. so.
Now, did you find you were overwhelmed with doing the parade? No, okay. So it's a matter of you want to make phone calls.
Yeah, no, it's mainly phone calls or I'd go and visit, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed that some of them that, oh yeah, we'll be there, but never
You
show.
always get that, you always get that, no matter what.
No, but that was great.
I'm
That was
trying.
awesome.
No, it really did work out good, so.
Yeah,
And the outside ladies, or whoever, you know, were there to do those, they did wonderful too. They did a great time. So, we had them out there and, you know, we did have the, when the animal comes,
the
Oh.
wildlife and,
yeah,
Mhm.
and they came too. We got them. And usually what happens there is we don't get to see that. That money comes out of our, one that
The
comes from the from
Mhm.
the town.
Sure.
And we hadn't had this brand of family come because we usually did small kids, whatever. But we've noticed that, you know, parents, grown-ups, those kind, like it too. And this one was really, it was nice.
Yeah.
Had different ones.
Yep.
They did a good job. So now we have to get our money up, right? Or have you got that close?
no, that's close,
Oh, the 52,000 is what we paid for them to come in.
5,200 is what.
I say 52,000.
Yeah. See, yeah, I'm bad, but there's that, they did really well.
We have a group that, of volunteers that have stepped up and have redone the horseshoe and pits and painted the benches and everything. And last time I talked to them, a couple weeks ago, they're looking at, on their own, getting some solar lights and putting them out down on the horseshoe pit, so that, so,
I was talking to him.
yeah.
Okay. That's good, if they can maintain that and take care
Right,
of, I mean,
yeah.
they can trim and things like that around it, so.
Right.
That should be no problem, but maintaining the pits and stuff like that, I went in and did the initial, but if they got everything painted, that's great. 'cause
Right,
it's
yeah.
starting to look a little
Yeah.
run down, so it looks a lot better now.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question? Excuse me. I was told that there's costumes of the old, they're not good.
No, what happened was, they had sat in there for so long that, they just,
Disintegrated.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, no, I just thought it out.
yeah,
There are some facial
mass.
mask
Okay.
things that are there, and that was given to us. And matter of fact, I put those out.
Oh, you,
Oh,
yeah, we got some, Halloween decorations, masks,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, given to us last year. And what we did was, this year we took and we put them out, because
We let
we
the
just
kids
overloaded
whoever
with it.
wanted
and
to.
So we just sold them cheap just to,
get 'em, yeah.
you know,
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff, a lot of our, the decorations we use, been, they just started to really dry
Right.
rot.
Yeah.
So that's something we're gonna start looking to replace.
Yeah.
The stage was a little sparse this year. Speaking of the stage, we have to do something about the deck. That's gotta be
right, and we,
replaced and or covered.
right, and we were talking about, extending it out another 4 feet.
4 feet, so extend the stage out 4 feet, make it temporary that we can take it back down. So that's something to think about maybe for the budget for next year.
Right,
Or if we have the excess this year, to at least get the materials, I don't know whether we'll get to actually doing that.
right,
It's getting to the point right now, we almost have to, I'm gonna have to go down there and put something temporary over the top of the steps.
right,
Because the first step onto that stage, it's rotted right through.
Right.
Right,
And-
yeah,
and
we
there's a soft
do.
spot there,
yeah,
and tell them
It's
to be careful
yeah.
where they're walking, so.
We do need, yeah, you're right, we need to have an additional 4 months, 4 feet from that.
right, because the band has grown
To
so,
come out, yeah, and when they get in, it's kind of rough for them. And we need it.
Yeah.
And we do need the whole bottom piece, really needs to be done.
The floor.
Yeah,
Yes.
the floor, yeah. Yeah, the deck, I mean, that was built 13
Long,
years ago.
long time
Yes.
ago.
13 years ago, and it's been sitting on the weather, and it's not weatherproof wood, so, it's starting to lift and starting to rot, so.
Yeah.
So that's something that we're gonna have to add into the, and that's gotta be done, that's one of those
Right.
things that can't wait.
Yeah.
It's, before next year, we're gonna have to do something. I can put a temporary fix on it right now, just get some marine plywood, throw a couple of pieces down there so you don't punch through, but
Right.
let's get them right now, if you stand right at the very top step, you're gonna fall,
Right.
so.
Hmm.
And we need to get underneath and jack the whole thing to lift it back up
Yeah.
again, so. It's sinking, but it's expected over time.
Yeah.
Our guys come early too. The guys who, they'll come and they'll play some music, but they'll put their whole program ready when we get ready for them to be there.
Yeah, so they set up about 2 hours beforehand, so. Steve
Yes.
comes and sets up first thing in the morning, so.
Right, yeah.
He's there real early, so.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing I can think of.
Right, yeah.
This year, we don't have tables to do, so
No,
that's a
right.
big expense that was done with.
Right. We gotta look at painting the building with color.
Yeah, with something, but I
Right.
mean, that's something that could be tackled this fall.
Right.
So
That was
take
very
long.
nice. That's our new
Cook shop.
outside, yeah, and who made, I have no idea. Who made there's inside,
The sign,
yeah, and it says,
uh,
did
Frozen.
Roger do it?
no,
I mean,
S-
Russell?
Sandy Goodwin,
Oh,
Russell donated the
board.
board, and Sandy Goodwin, a woman named, I can't think of her first name, St. Lawrence, and there was one other person. They donated the money for it, and,
Right now, it's laying inside the building.
Oh, the second sign.
yeah,
Yeah.
What you were talking about.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
it's
She
it's
finished the
nice.
first one, she said the second one was gonna be a while.
When you
Yeah.
see,
Oh,
when
yeah.
you see it up there on the top, you'll know.
yeah,
It's not gonna get done, get that one out.
yeah,
So that's there too.
yeah,
But right now, we need to find out some, paint it.
yeah, yeah,
And the other thing we need to is, about the water being put in.
right,
And,
we're waiting to, yeah,
Now you're gonna paint the cook shack?
Yes.
right,
Oh, see, I like the
Yeah.
natural.
We could keep it that way, we see at the bottom, the rain hits it, it's turning gray. and eventually it's gonna
yeah,
rot.
so it
Protection on it's
needed-
just,
would have to,
just wet pine.
Oh, okay.
And the pine is, it was unfinished, it was actually fresh cut and it was put on, so we had to wait a while for it to at least dry a little bit, get its checking done, and then we're just gonna put a coat in of something for sealing and painting it up.
we didn't wanna take it to the water until we got the stuff from, Hypotherm.
Yeah.
Because, we gotta hook up the sink when we get it, so it's easier to do it all once and,
Yeah, we're just gonna tap it well right now.
right. Is there anybody who wants to talk about
anything.
that time?
The parade?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was gonna ask
Oh,
about something
anything.
else. Come this winter, if I can work on getting a donation of a riding ring,
Yeah,
would you guys be interested in putting another one up?
we have no problem with it going up, we never did. We were being, kinda made, that we were the ones that created the problem, and it wasn't the rec department.
Right, no, I know that. But no, what I'm looking into is doing up a request from different, not the fiberglass, but the, plastic fence, not the stuff that'll break in the winter. but getting a hold of a couple companies and see if they'd be willing to donate. But my other concern is if we were to name it, I know we can't use Grafton Riding Club, because that's already registered in her name. But I was wondering, is there a name that you guys would like to do, so I can have it on the paper to donate?
Not really, not that I can think of, I think I myself would feel more, the people that wanna use it, what they would come up with for a
Okay.
name.
Cause I'm looking for donations of like $40,000 between 4 companies.
Yeah,
But I just wanted to see if it'd be okay if, before I go and do all the paperwork for it.
yeah, no, we don't have a problem with it, we made the, the escape code.
Yeah, well, no, cause the way I'm looking at it is, if we can get up another riding ring, you know, and get the footing back to where it was, we can actually rent it out to different horse show,
Right,
you know, so that would bring some money in for you guys.
yeah, no,
How did that work for the last time, Carl, it was like,
yeah, she just had to sign a waiver, with
Releasing the town
from
and,
the
yeah,
town, that the town would not be held liable for anything, any accidents that took place down there, so.
and then each horse show would have to have each rider sign,
Right, but,
build it, you know.
right,
the other issue is maintaining it.
Well, if I get the plastic, it wouldn't be that bad,
No.
unless we get a bunch of idiots out there and,
Well, it's maintaining the rink itself, grading it and things like that. Okay. And there's a pile, there's actually at least, probably close to 80 or 90 yards of the clay sand mix. for the
Already
rink
there?
itself. It's all behind it, it's all piled up. It's
Oh,
all covered
okay.
in grass right now, but that's all clay sand.
Okay.
That was all trucked in by, it's Carla's cousin.
yeah,
They purchased it and drove it in dump truck loads, and then it's probably 10 loads back there.
okay,
So there's enough to coat it, and we do put fireworks, the fireworks do go off in there, and it's mostly paper. We
Right.
clean the big hulls up, stuff like that, but most of it's gonna be just mulch.
biodegradable and all that,
Yeah,
yeah, no.
just mulch,
That
the
wouldn't-
plastic and things like that will break up, for fireworks, but,
Mhm.
yeah, the maintenance of it, we basically were hands off on that.
Right.
Carla, took over that, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that worked out quite well. And then we were on the field, yeah, they had free run of the field. That's the nice thing about it, it was a nice big field, they all parked down one end. The only thing we asked is that they,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, clean up after
Yeah,
themselves, for the
Oh.
most part.
I belong to many clubs, I know what they do.
And, we even have a place for them
To
Dump
throw
everything in
the
the woods,
stuff
so
and
that's-
everything, so,
you can put a pile out there.
Now, my only question is, how about watering? Would I have to go and get a portable?
What they did is, well, hopefully we'll have water by that time.
Okay,
And then a lot of times what they did is they have a small gas pump. They just put a poser in the Smith River and pump it right over into a big basin.
okay.
So, I mean, us pumping water from the cook shack all the way over there, that'd be,
Oh, yeah,
That's
no,
up
no,
to
no.
the other way to do it would be to bring a tote in. And that was, I think they did that once, they brought a 55-gallon drum and just dumped it off the back of a pickup truck into a basin for the horses. So, there's an option too.
Well, like I said, I'm just mainly looking to hopefully get all these donations and then
Yep.
if anybody wants to use it, they're gonna have to come down and help install it.
exactly, and that was part of the problem, people missed out on a great opportunity before, because there was a gentleman in town that took and offered to buy all the material,
If they would-
and different people that were, wanted the horse rink, just backed off and wouldn't do anything with it, and it's like, it's a loss, there's only so many of us that we can't take and go and take on. And
Yeah.
townspeople enjoyed seeing the ring being used. It was just certain individuals that had a grudge against it, and it's like,
It's ruined it for everybody.
yeah.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm just gonna work on that, I just wanted to double check, make sure it'd be okay before I go and
Yeah,
tell them.
no problem at all.
I think the selectmen, I think they'd have a problem with it either.
No, they wouldn't have a problem with it either, because,
It'd be worth asking, just to check with them.
Okay.
I don't think there'd be any issue at all, so.
no, because everything would be all documented and everything, so. And I think that, their end issue, last, when it came down was because of the safety of the outside fencing was rotted. They were looking at it at the standpoint of somebody's gonna get hurt because of rotted fencing.
So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So that's new.
Mhm. Anybody got anything else?
New stuff that needs to be done right now, we have
Well,
now, you know, we have, we used to do a separate for Halloween,
No.
but we don't do that now. What we usually is we open up our own Halloween right here along with everybody else.
So like a trunk or treat or?
Yeah, well, see, the fire department goes now, and we go here, and the police department's there, but that's pretty much why we used to have a little party, and they just kind of wanted to come in and get their good stuff and to know other things that they, you know, that we might have wanted them to do, and, yeah, they just,
Get the loot and go.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's kinda like what they wanna do at Christmas time too. When you see them and they come, we have all sorts of things for them to do. They can make their own,
Crafts and stuff.
yeah, to hang up on their trees or to hang up on wherever, but we tried to give that, and of course it's been, what, 3 years where we had the two where we had that,
the COVID.
yeah, and then the alderman man, his daughter,
His wife passed, so.
so he wasn't there, and
Second.
well, I did it a little bit different because we had them there. And they did come and do a few things, but,
We limited it
yeah.
because of COVID.
So I've been trying to think of something else to do, and we have a couple of months so we can think about it.
Right.
But I thought maybe we should open up an open so that people can come in and bring in things that they may make to order to whoever comes in. And while we're doing that, we also would have Santa. And when the kids came in, and their parents want to look around or whatever, they still could come over and see Santa. So that's, we'll see what happens
It's
with
kind
it.
of like a bazaar or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, where do you normally hold that?
Over
And-
the town hall.
Okay.
yeah.
We could also come up with things that we could use the quick track for during the summertime, but, I mean, Chris is doing the things on,
Right.
for,
Yeah, yes. What happens
Saturdays,
there
of
is on the weekend, what's being caught over there is people come and bring
whatever
there.
they've got to sell,
Yeah.
make, whatever. Yep.
And yeah, they have the once a month, and people can cook or whatever and sell those things, or jewelry, or,
Crafts.
Yep.
yeah, some of them make nice little, well, we have one guy who does where you can put it on and use it for when you're putting things away, or cutting up
A cutting
breads,
boards.
or,
Cutting boards?
yeah, we have that guy, and we have another guy who comes, but there's
That's quite a
quite a
few.
few of them
Yeah.
who come to that, and that's okay. So that'll still, she's kinda holds it off for August? June, no,
She just did one.
She just,
yeah, cause she wasn't gonna do it in
Yeah.
August.
but she did.
Yeah, she did it anyway, cause usually they have two, and usually what they do is they use the
the part of the weekend for when we have July.
Yeah.
And so that we allow them there too. But, yeah, that might be something too. So we'll just, I'm not sure, and how do people feel about trying to do something like that during the Halloween, through the Christmas time? Because it's really hard. Those kids come and, oh my goodness, sometimes they just wanna raise hell. They don't care, they don't wanna sit and look at a story time or listen to a song like that, or, do a certain amount of a game that can be done for that, or anything. They just want that guy to come, that Santa, and then they just, because we've tried lots of things, and they just wanna go.
Can I have your name?
Jake, I actually do have a question. How much is the cost for use of the cook shack?
If you are a town resident, all we require is you come into the town office, fill out a paper to reserve it. You leave a $50 deposit check with them, or cash, either one. And what happens is you'll be given the key to the building the day before you use it, and after you get done, as long as everything is all clean and everything, I go back and I inspect it. If it's all in the order that you found it before you went in, then it's given back to you. We've put it out a couple different times this year. People have loved it. And we've had one that took the $50 donation and donated it back to the rec department.
So essentially it's free.
Yeah.
The deposit's typically.
Deposit. And the 4th of July, anyone can come and put up cooking of any sort. Is that correct?
No. Usually, if you're gonna cook, you have to come through the rec department so that we know what you're doing. And
Is there any rules to it, or you just want a notification that you know what's going on?
If you just check with us, basically to make sure that we're not duplicating anything, and that the prices are, if you're charging $3 for a soda, we're charging $1.50. Obviously,
No, yeah.
So we try to keep everything pretty much similar, okay? And depending on what you're selling, as long as we're not duplicating it.
right, and we don't want somebody to come in and undercut what the rec department's selling, or
I see. 'Cause I noticed there were like really long lines.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is that just nobody else wanted to put up something?
We don't have enough help in the kitchen to pump it out as fast. That's
I
the
see.
biggest problem.
It's not true because I volunteered and they said no.
Yeah, well, that's gonna change.
Yeah, they
That's gotta
do.
change. We can't-
They have a certain, and they've done this,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's hard.
But yeah, like he's saying, can we get other vendor trucks in here?
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. We've had.
as long as we're not
Japanese big L's,
duplicating what
Yeah.
somebody
Our-
else is selling. Because if you bring in, like, Al Sandville comes in and he sells
It's French fries and.
French fries and
yeah.
stuff. If he's not, if he has somebody that's competing against him, then his
Yeah.
sales goes down. So then it's like, do I really wanna come back next year because I can't make enough money to keep me in there? That's why we say, no duplication. And
Well, wouldn't the person who he was competing with would just come the next year because he was making more
We
money?
don't know that.
we don't, right.
So you may find out there's no vendor,
Uh-huh.
so. We lost Chappie's.
Right.
Yeah.
And she hadn't been out, and I'm not sure if we invited her to come in again,
Yeah, we
if
did.
she'd be willing to
Oh,
do
if
that.
she would, I don't know. So, but she's got a restaurant now, so.
Yeah.
And 3 trucks that are sitting,
I mean, it's hard to invite
so.
2 vendors of the same thing.
Mhm.
One gets upset and leaves, and then,
I see.
I mean, it's just like, one year we had an ice cream guy come in, all tickled to death, so we limited him to just that. Oh yeah, I'll definitely be back next year. Next year came,
Never showed up.
he's long gone.
Yeah.
So had we taken and not, we could lose somebody else that same way.
Mhm.
So, but we've had, there's popcorn vendors, there's
Yeah.
cotton candy, we've had lemonade, there's been quite a few different vendors we've had in there.
Do you know the reason they've not returned, or?
It's whether they made any money or not, that's just it. I mean,
Sometimes it depends on the product that you have and the cost of it you're trying to sell it at.
Mhm.
We've seen that happen different times.
And you've got a market that's there from really, where you're gonna make your money is from probably 7 PM till the moment the fireworks go off.
Right.
Very,
Yeah,
very
it kicks
small
up
window.
about 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a novelty guy, yeah.
Yeah.
We had 2 that were competing, and both of them were saying, well, how can you let him in? I'm not making much by trying to compete against them. And their main time of making the money was like Denise said, from 5 on. That's where they make their money. So there's a lot of that goes into why we don't allow.
So,
Do you have a vending truck or something?
I do not.
Were you were looking at doing something?
That idea did cross my mind, but.
Hmm?
What were you looking at?
No, I was just wondering, I was looking at the lines and people were waiting
I
there
know,
for quite a
yeah.
while,
Yeah,
so I was
yeah.
wondering,
that's
is
where
there a
that-
place for?
Oh, yeah, there's, by all means, I mean, if there's something, you know, it's basically just, you know, if you can have, if you can alleviate the lines, yeah.
Okay.
You know, that's all, we're just asking that it's not duplicated, that's all. I mean, if you go to someplace like the Hopkins Fair, it's, you know,
A lot of
60
the
times the
day
size of our
at
place,
that
and yeah, they
time
have
is because of the,
5 or 6 vendors that
that
sell
stuff
something.
on the plate.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tried to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
hard done. That is like, and you only have, you know, one person who's doing that, and who should let somebody else join them, or we may need to get a bigger machine.
We have 2,
So, yeah,
we have the capabilities of doing 2.
We just have to get the people in there to be able to
Yeah.
coordinate enough to,
Yeah.
so that we can, because we have watched that the last couple of years ourselves. We're out there parking, we could see, all right, there's lines, why have we got lines? It's like, you know, if we can get somebody to flow through that line, get this, and then they go and eat it, there'll be, chances are they're gonna come back for a second. Some will, some won't, it's just the way things go, so,
That's a problem on our end, so.
yeah. So, I mean, it's something that we're looking at taking care of throughout the winter, regrouping the cook shack even more than what it is now, so we're hoping next year we don't have the same problem.
Yeah, you need to find a nice flow to it,
Right, yeah,
so you can dance together in the
right,
kitchen.
right, exactly, yeah,
yeah, 'cause that's a dead spot, well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a, when they're all there and they're waiting for that,
The front door.
It's big enough
and they're
though,
right there
that
for that.
if you get a right flow
It's-
to it,
Well,
These
right.
guys
One
are
person
ordering,
cooking at the same
these
time.
guys are cooking, these guys are delivering.
right,
Right.
yeah,
You know,
right,
and not
Yeah.
just,
Well, they're
Yeah.
pretty well doing that, but when you only have one person who's cooking them,
Mhm.
right, but that's what she's saying, that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
just getting that revolution,
you gotta
going.
have more than one person
Right.
cooking those.
You have somebody doing the hamburgers, somebody doing the french fries,
Right.
or whatever,
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So,
that's all I can think of.
well, just anybody else have any?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
The Ladies Benevolence had a really good day. It was kind of a lazy day and during the day, you know, but then it picked up from 5 on. It was super busy. The pie contest went over awesome. It was huge. We'll definitely bring that back.
Yeah,
More
some
organized. It was
pies being
very
shaken up, and it was like,
successful.
oh my
right, nice book with the,
goodness.
The amount of people that participated,
Mhm.
it was amazing.
That's great.
it was, through all the groups that were there, it was really, it really felt like a town effort of people trying to come together, set their differences aside,
Yeah,
uh,
Have a good time.
and just enjoy the day.
yeah. Yeah, Megan did good with the face painting. It didn't really take off until about 5, but then
Oh.
she was busy until the fireworks started. You know?
Right, yeah. And the veterans there, they
They still did good.
did good. They discovered that next year they're gonna take and they're not all gonna be there at the same time because they get just so wore out. There's 4 of them there at once.
Yeah.
And then as the
Sure.
day goes on, they're exhausted and trying to stay. you know.
Sure.
So they're talking about doing, going in shifts, so that they can do better than,
Yeah. They thought it was a lot slower than the year before, but then once they counted up their monies, I think people were just maybe donating a little bit more because they
Right,
still
yeah.
have done
yeah.
fairly well. They
Yeah,
said.
they kind of felt that they didn't make as much as they did the previous year,
Right.
because they felt that there was, a lot of different groups had, raffle tickets, going on, from other, groups there, the library,
We did have our raffle going on too. For that,
right, but,
yeah.
you guys did last year too, and that didn't interfere with them, but it was,
No.
when you start having 6, 7 different raffles going on, people are saying, well, where do I spend my money
Right.
to, so, I mean, I don't want the ladies to think that we're asking them not to do the raffle, that's not the case,
Okay.
it's just that,
Yeah, it turned out to be a good day.
it was, overall, it
Yeah, a little
was,
slow at first, but then
yeah,
Mhm.
it got busy.
that's why we say we gotta find,
Something to draw
Something-
them in for that
exactly,
afternoon
yeah.
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everything that went on this year for the 4th of July was a big hit all over. And I think next year, more people are gonna be looking forward to it, to wanna come down and even if they don't take part, but just to come down and visit and
Yeah.
see old friends that they may never have seen for years.
Yeah.
Or see a new neighbor that just moved in next to them that they haven't met.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody have anything else? I didn't get that, his name,
Yes, me?
yeah.
Yes. My name is L. Stone. The letter L, or you can spell it out if you like, L. Stone. And actually, I was curious about that. I apologize for coming in after introductions,
Yeah.
but would you mind introducing yourself and your job title with the town?
Pam Grinley, president. I'm her husband, Ed Grinley, Glenn Rogers, Shirley Greenley, Denise and Paul.
Okay, so Pam and Ed Grinley, so that's did you say president? Or
Yeah, she's the president.
president
Yeah, I
of-
am.
Of the Recreation Committee?
Yeah,
Okay. and then, Ed Grinley, you're a member of the Recreation
Yeah.
Committee? And then is it Glenn Rogers?
Mhm.
You're a member of the Recreation Committee also?
Yes, ma'am.
So the president, I guess, is a member also.
Yeah, it has to be.
So there's 3 members.
And that's Shirley
Green
Greenlee.
Lake, member.
Okay, you're related, I take it.
No,
No, different
hers
way.
is spelled different.
Oh, okay. And you're a member also?
Yeah,
Volunteer, yeah,
Shirley Greenlee?
yeah, the
Okay.
color green,
Gr-
Lee,
Okay.
and they spell theirs different.
and, right. And then there's Angela, she couldn't be here tonight.
You want her last name?
Yeah, just so he,
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then, how long do you guys serve for with the Recreation Committee?
Once a month.
Well,
I
how
mean,
we serve for?
Like, so it's a monthly meeting?
we meet monthly,
And then, it's appointed by the select board, I would imagine, or how does the selection?
Volunteer, show up.
it's all volunteer.
Okay,
Help
so
do the work.
if people are willing to show up, then,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it'd be considered a committee, so it's all
Okay, that's up,
volunteers.
you got it, I
Right,
got it.
You got it?
Yeah,
Okay.
the other lady
Angela,
is Angela Albanese.
Yeah, ALBANESE.
Okay, okay, and then, so I guess one of my concerns, with the people of Grafton is that, maybe there's not enough moral or ethical or spiritual sort of guidance or direction. For example, the church attendance, I believe there's only one church in town, if I understand. It's fairly low, maybe 10 people, the 3 or 4 times that I went this year, average of about 10 people show up. And so I'm just concerned that the people in Grafton are not really focusing on a specific principle to guide them in interacting with each other. Like, we don't have a unifying religion, I guess you could say, or a specific moral and ethical philosophy that kind of binds us. And I think it can be harmful to a group of people that is brought together like this without having a shared ideology we can all agree to.
right, but I think you're getting off on the wrong track, because when you start bringing religion in, everybody has their own different beliefs and
They
everything
can
else.
come.
For sure.
Anybody's available to come here when we have our meeting.
Right, we don't care what color or what race, any of that, we do not try to discriminate against anybody.
Not
We-
promoting a particular.
Right, exactly.
Okay. But I guess my concern is that the lack of the characteristic, the lack of the belief in a positive sort of direction for humanity, which if people are coming together without any sort of direction towards a positive goal, so that's kind of my
I think
problem is-
you'll find that in all towns. I think what has happened in this town from previous is there's been 4 or 5 different groups or more, and all hated each other. But I think
So for the recreation committee, is there a specific goal that kind of guides your purpose
our purpose is to bring
Support
people
town.
together.
Yeah.
for
We don't.
events and stuff?
Yes, we're not out there to create, because Paul's belief is different than mine, so I'm not gonna like what Paul has to say.
No, you won't.
I mean, we're not that way.
But we're here basically to serve the town.
Right.
I mean,
We get
do
very
this-
upset too with our selectmen. Because when we're trying to do something in outside for everybody to take a try or something that they wanna do, they kind of put their hands down to us. So, and that's the selectmen.
I mean, my whole belief has been, all right, I grew up in the city. All right? There's so much I could tell you that I will not get into, all right? when I came up here into the state of New Hampshire, my belief was, you gotta have something for these kids to do. It's gonna take a turn into
Sure.
the culture of the city. I heard for many years, oh no, it won't come up here. It's like, you know what? Open your eyes. It's coming.
It's here.
If we don't take and do something, so these kids and adults can get along without fighting amongst themselves. I go
Yeah.
by, I put a lot of volunteer work into that rec field.
Thank you.
And I'm not asking for any thanks, all right? My thanks is, when I go by that rec field, I see kids at the basketball court. We put in stuff down at the kids' tot yard. And we improved that tot yard so much. We spent one whole month putting new pieces in there. And now we have kids that go down there with their parents, they use it. It's not a cemetery that has nobody goes into. There's people that are using it. There's people that go down there and use the baseball diamond. There was people that went down there when the horse rank was up. People enjoyed going down and seeing a horse show. We are not against anybody.
We're trying to keep it on.
I'm not accusing that.
No, but that is our goal, is to make it so that people can go down and enjoy it.
Exactly.
Regardless what your feelings are versus anybody else, or your color or
Sure.
your race.
Well, I guess my point is kind of that government generally is kind of amoral or not specifically driven by ethics, and I really would like to see more options that have like 4-H. I guess when I was younger, I would go to 4-H. Huh?
We don't have it here.
Exactly. So that had like specific moral and ethical guidance that they instill in the kids. But when kids go to school, like wherever other town they go to school, they don't. I'm assuming they don't get the same sort of guidance that they would get under a organization of people that believe in a specific philosophy that they're trying to express and share with the children.
We don't try to do any of that, we don't try to
Exactly.
express anything. So we're basically just here to
I mean,
sit in the field,
we
find the field.
I took last year and we built the cook shack, put brand new picnic tables underneath there and everything. You know how much of a joy it is now to go by there? And I see people that are on their bikes, they'll park their bikes, they'll sit there, they'll pull out a book and they'll read it. Or boyfriend and girlfriend will sit there and have lunch together, or the husband and wife will sit there and, you know, that brings a smile to my face. That's my thanks, seeing people down there using it without destruction.
Exactly.
He just wants more room. He wants to see more
Well-
activities.
Yeah. Also, I guess more to the point. So, like, if you look at children broadly across the country that are homeschooled or in private religious schools, their scores they tend to perform better and have and generally just not specific children, but as a group, the children that are raised in a specific philosophical environment tend to grow up to be higher performing adults compared to government school children as a whole. I'm sure there's outliers obviously for each, but like, you know, religious, private, family school environments. So I mean, that's kind of, I'd like to see more of that, maybe more extracurricular activities, not just for children but for adults. And I that's why I appreciate why I'm here. I appreciate what you guys are doing to organize events, and I think it should include groups of people that are sharing their faith or things like that, if it's possible, if there are. And so I did go to the selectmen meeting, and they were kind of down on the church. There's only one church in town, and they didn't approve their religious exemption this year for some reason, so it just seems kind of crazy.
I haven't been to church, I haven't been there
Yeah.
for a very long time. And I'm assuming that there is a whoever the person is that's doing the church, who's the,
Well, there's a board and members, yeah.
and who is the one who's in charge for being
I
the,
believe it's a board, so they would,
okay, but who is our?
Tom Warner.
Tom Warner. I guess he spoke for the church at the meeting, yeah.
So you have, who is your new church person there now?
Tom Warner.
Well, they don't have a pastor, they're using outside pastors to
Oh,
come
I thought that,
and
yeah.
until they find a permanent pastor, but they're still
Okay.
having services with basically volunteers
Okay.
doing the services for now.
Sorry, what is this to do with the recreation?
Just so that I guess I would like to see if it's possible to get some specific philosophies that could be included to promote events.
It's not the job of the town to provide philosophies for people to abide by.
Can I say something? I reached out, I was helping Angela, we're doing the parade. We reached out to the churches, the 4-H's and all that, and none of them wanted to be included. So, I mean, it's not like we
Okay.
didn't try.
So, yeah.
Yeah, does the 4-H down in Enfield still do anything?
No.
It seems like it's
No.
just,
No. They dispersed.
Yeah,
Yep, Canaan,
Canaan doesn't have.
cause there's a nice, well, a little building
Yeah.
right there in,
Canaan.
Down the hill.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's been there, I remember when I was a kid. And that's where I went, but it's not there
No.
anymore.
They're not even listed on the
so
4-H
it's quite hard to
website.
get the volunteers for it and.
Well, that's it. That's part of the problem today is people don't want to volunteer.
The problem is too, is the kids, they'd rather be on their phones or their video games than to
True.
be out with a cow or
Yeah.
with
True.
chickens or anything like that, so.
Yep.
True.
Okay, guys, it's getting past my bedtime. I get up at 4, so.
Thank you.
Any other
You're
things?
welcome, and you're welcome to attend.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I'm interested in more community
Thanks for everything.
involvement,
See you,
more
Shirley.
volunteer.
Bye-bye.